Hi, this is Harish here. Welcome to DB2 LUW Tips and Tricks video tutorial part 149. In this tutorial, I want to talk about how to get all privileges of a user in DB2 database. The scripts that I'm using, the data files that I'm using are available for free download at db2luwacademy.blogspot.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/db2luwacademy. This is the problem scenario. The scenario is how to get all privileges of a user in DB2 database. So by user, I mean not the authorization ID, like the end user, okay? The username with which the user connects to, right, basically. Now, the privileges assigned to user by means of, you can assign privileges to the user by multiple ways. So one is granting the privileges directly. Another is by means of roles and nested roles. So with nested roles, it is actually a hierarchy of roles like CEO, CIO, like that, or I don't know, manager, team lead, assistant engineer, associate engineer, somewhere, like a hierarchy of roles. So each role will have certain access, and the role above the level will have some additional access to certain tables. So like that, you can create a hierarchy of roles. So using the roles and nested roles, you can grant the roles to the user. Okay, so that is an indirect way by which the user acquires the privilege. And another thing is at the OS level, you can directly assign certain privileges to the group. Like if in the OS level, if the user is part of a group, say there is a DAS user and he is part of DAS group. So you can directly assign privilege to the DAS group. So because since at the OS level he is part of that group, the DAS user will obviously acquire all the privileges that are granted to the DAS group. Similarly, there is subgroups. Like I'm not sure about the nested groups, but there is a main group and there are supplementary groups. So you can assign privileges to supplementary groups as well. I think it will reflect as well. So and you can also assign roles to OS groups. So by means of which the end user can acquire privileges. So these are indirect methods and there is direct methods. Now the sysibm adm.privileges view, you can use that, and there are two other routines, auth list groups for auth ID and auth list roles for auth ID. You can use these routines and this privileges table to get a complete view of this nested or recursive structure or whatever you can say. And it's a very simple way. And if there is any better way, just let me know, comment your valuable suggestions. Okay, and let us jump into an example. So here I have created the DB secure. So I have dropped the database. I have created the database fresh. Okay. So I'm going to connect to the database. Okay, so let me clear that. So I have the connection. Now here there is a kind of naming convention. So I'm creating a table UA. So which means this table will be accessed by the user directly. This table URA, which means this table will be accessed by the user because of some kind of role participation. So what I mean by that is, like, see for example, grant select on UA to user dash user. So which is like this guy, right? So this is what I mean by direct access. Okay, and look at what happens here. I'm granting the select access to you on the URA table to the role urole, and that urole is assigned to the user. So this table will be accessed by the user because of role participation. Like dash user is assigned the role urole, and urole has the select access on the URA table. So because of which he will be able to access that. Similarly, UPRA is a table. So you have select access on UPRA to role UP role. So if the UP role is granted to the DAS user, so obviously he'll get that access, which is simple. But apart from that, there is UCRA table. So what happens here is I grant the UC role to UP role. So which means this becomes the parent role and this becomes the child role, and obviously the parent role will have access to the child role privileges as well. So if I grant select on UCRA to the role UC role, and since the UC role is a child role of the parent role UP role, and the UP role is assigned to user dash user, ultimately the dash user is going to get select access on the UCRA table because he is part of UP role and UP role is part of UC role. That's the nested structure that I'm talking about. It sounds like a little bit complicated, but if you go through like one more time or 2-3 times, it's easy to grasp. And the same concept applies to group as well. So select access. So similarly, I have group access table, which is like directly you give access to the group. So for example, like grant select access on GA to group dash group, which is the this dash user belongs to dash group. So I'm directly assigning some access to that. So same way, select on GRA to role G role, and the G role will be assigned to the group. Similarly, the child role will be assigned to the parent role, and the child role has access to the GCRA table, and the parent role has access to the GPRA table, and the parent role is assigned to the group dash group. So let's run all these grant statements and create table statements in one shot, okay, just for the simplicity of it. But in any case, you will be able to download this file, so you can go through this individually. Okay, so I'm going to just paste it, everything. Okay, everything done. Okay, clear that. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll just show you the routine, how it works. So if you look at the dash user, and I'm going to list all the roles that are applicable for the dash user. So it gives me all the role, like, you know, the U role, the UP role, the UC role, the G role, GP role, and the GC role. So everything it gives. And you can also see the dash user here, the auth list for group ID. Like this will tell you the what are all the OS groups that this guy is part of. Okay, and you can see here. Okay, so I'm going to run that. So if I run the sys IBM ADM privileges, you will see that it gives me only one row, right? So it doesn't see, this is technically correct, but it is not complete information, because you will think that, okay, dash user has only one privilege, which is select access on UA table, whereas it is not, right? So this is how you should get this information. So this is the query seems very complex, but it is very simple. It's just a outer join query. Okay, combining all these three routines. Okay, all these two views or something. Okay, so you can get, see, this is more a complete information. So for the user dash user, so he's getting, like, for example, this is the direct access as a user. This is the, because of the role participation he got the access, because of the child role participation he got the access, because of the parent role participation he got the access, because of the group role participation he got this access, because of the group parent role participation he got this access, this is group child role participation he got this access, and this is because of group participation he directly got this access. And there are further, these many groups are there. These many groups are there for which there is no access defined yet. So if you go and grant some privilege to these, any of these groups, it will reflect in the next call. So for example, let's say db2 grant, let's do that, grant select on, I don't know, so I have to create a table then. Okay, so I'll just, okay, let me do that. Okay, this will be like really, you know, like corroborating my facts, right? So for that, I'll have to create a new table. Okay, so let me create, like, for example, video, right? So I'll just create the table VIDE. Okay, I'll just create the table video like that. Okay, so I'll create the table video, and what I'm going to do is, so I have to grant select access to that group actually, right? So grant select access on table VDO to group 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 dash group DASGROUP dash group. Okay, so now I have done that. I'll run now the same query again. So you should see that, yeah, see, the video table, he got access because he's participating in the group dash group, right? So this is the concept. Okay, oh no, I did the wrong thing. Okay, I should have given it to, okay, I did completely incorrect thing. So let's go and drop the table. Okay, drop table 0k video. Okay, so I'll create the table again. So I made a mistake here. So I'll create the table and I will grant select to group video. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, this is how it should be. Yeah, correct. So now you will see that if I run this query, there you go. As part of the video group, he got select access on the video table. This is what I'm saying. So it is not just this author ID. Don't go by this author ID or the author ID that is there, because it is more of, it's not mapping to end user. It just maps to the authorization ID. Okay, which is a mapping. Okay, which is done during the authentication time. So this is the concept that I want you to understand. So if you want for a particular user what are all the privileges, use this query to get complete information rather than a single line of information, which is technically correct, but it is functionally still, we are giving incomplete information. That is what I wanted to highlight. Okay, hope this information was useful to you. Thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Keep learning. Please share your comments. If there is any better way of doing this, please do share it with me. Thanks, and see you in the next video tutorial. Until then, bye bye.